So a few years ago we had everybody racing the local scene, which was great. And then as people got better and more competitive in the international races, they sort of stopped racing locally, which is definitely a shame because it was awesome to be able to show up at a local sprint and have like world-class competition basically. Racing local lets you try things out. You know, maybe you're tweaking something on your bike, something with nutrition, position, or maybe you need to try a different kind of technique out, something, you know, that's maybe a little bit too risky to do in a big race, but also lets you stay sharp. Like those short races are tough if you do it properly. And it's great that you can do a race almost every single weekend really easily. I mean, it's right in your backyard basically. There's so many people in the Ontario scene, so it's a nice sort of community feel. They're low-key, there's no big stress compared to doing all these international races where you'll have like defending world champion and Olympic medalist and all these people beside you at the start line. Is very intense, whereas these ones you sort of just show up and do it. And you can sort of treat them as you want. You can treat it as like a really tough, serious race, or it can also just be like a hard training day. My first few pro races, it was a bit intimidating, but it's also something that I find exciting. I think it's cool that I get to line up next to like Sebastian Kienle or possibly for Dana. I haven't raced him yet, but some of these other big names, yeah, that's exciting. That's great. That's the whole point, to go and line up next to those guys. It's something that I've definitely had to work through, is not getting overwhelmed and just focusing on my own race. As soon as you start thinking about everybody else, that's when it goes wrong. And that's even down to a local level. If you start thinking about whoever is in this local sprint on the island or whatever, you know, you can freak yourself out there too. So it doesn't even matter who shows up. It's really about your approach to it. So as long as I stay clear and focused on what I'm doing, then I should have a good race.